None other than the great Stephen Conroy is here, and the wonderful Hollie Hughes is as well. Now, do you want to do something fun? Do you want to do something fun together? All right, let's all watch Stephen say exactly the opposite of what he probably actually thinks as he shows caucus discipline, which clearly was not shown by the senator who crossed the floor and voted against the Labor Party today. So, Stephen, serious question. No penalty for the person who voted against the government for the first time since 1986?
Well, look, Paul, I just want you to know, firstly, I'm under more pressure than normal tonight for probably the first time. My daughter's watching, so I've really got to be on my game. So, look, I don't think anyone said there'll be no punishments. I haven't heard anyone say there'll be no punishment. What I've seen people suggest is there might not be expulsion, which wouldn't be an unusual circumstance. Caucus discipline is the most fundamental principle of the party. I mean, when you join the Labor Party, you sign on your ticket that you agree to abide by the majority in the room. That's like on the first day you join the Labor Party, you sign. So you know from that moment going forward you will accept the majority.
So what should normally happen is this the sort of thing where you turn around and you say, look, OK, everyone gets one maybe. So, OK, a little bit of a sanction, go sit outside for a couple of weeks. But you and I both know that the Greens are going to have another vote on this. They could do it as early as tomorrow.
Yeah. So, look, the issue is whether or not any individual, so not singling out the current circumstance, any individual is a recidivist, whether they repeatedly attack Labor Party policy publicly, whether they repeatedly attack the Prime Minister and key ministers publicly, whether they speak in Parliament against the party's positions. And at this stage, she's probably at the softer end of that. If she was to keep going, I think the case would begin to build to ultimately expel her. It wouldn't surprise me if she was given maybe a 3-month suspension from caucus and, you know, sat down with Penny and the leadership and just worked their way through the issues. But instant expulsion on a first offence is an unusual situation. I mean, Joe Chamberlain used to run the party in Victoria a long time ago like that, and Bill Hartley and people like that. That was how they treated it. We're a little bit more mature and nuanced nowadays. So I wouldn't expect expulsion in this instance unless she became a repeat offender. And
that's the thing, Hollie, where the Greens, let's talk about this bigger than just the individual, right? The Greens see the opportunity to wedge the Labor Party into essentially sort of Israel or Palestine style position. There is no Goldilocks place in any of this when you're trying to deal with the most activist of groups. But the reality here is that for the Labor Party, there are these Muslim vote matters people, all the rest of it. They're not going to run candidates, but they could run a bit of pressure here, there and everywhere. If the Labor Party expelled an Islamic woman for standing up for the state of Palestine, well, then the Greens would say, darling, come and join our number, and everyone who's peed off, come and vote with us. Now, admittedly, it all ends up still as preferences for the Labor Party, but that's the game the Greens want to play here. They want her to become the political martyr in this moment.
Look, absolutely. And, you know, Comrade Conroy, I appreciate what you were saying.
He is forever loyal and here to help.
He is, and God bless his soul for it. But, you know, I've been around in the Senate tonight, around Parliament House at a few different events that have been going on, talking to people, and overwhelmingly members of the Labor right, including women from the Labor right, have said if we had strayed this far from the path, we would have been gone months ago. It is absolutely incorrect for Stephen to say this is her first foray. We saw from the river to the sea her deliberate press conference she gave. She's now writing for Al Jazeera. I mean, a Qatari-based organisation known for funding Hamas, and she's writing articles for them. She is absolutely, this is not her first offence, and it is really, look, you know, I don't envy the Labor Party for this because, as Comrade Conroy says, you know, it is all about the majority rule. And if she is allowed to slip through just because she's a woman in a hijab, then, you know, it's going to throw the doors open to everybody else who wants to say, well, actually, as a member of the Labor right, I'm not going to chase down this complete left-wing Warren that the Prime Minister's taking us down. But he's going to be finding himself on much shakier grounds next time a Labor right person wants to do something. If he gives a leave pass to a Labor left woman, and I don't care who she is. You know, when you have party rules, you know, if I wanted to cross the floor, I would have to resign from my shadow ministries. That's the way it goes. I have the right to cross the floor without leaving the party, but I have to resign from shadow ministries. Labor caucus has a different set of rules, is you do not cross the floor at any cost.
From the back
so therefore, if she's allowed go, if she is allowed go, this is not a first offence with regards to against. Sorry.
No.
I just had to listen to you doing a weird speech thing down
Excuse me. Love God impersonation.
Thank you. The love God. I think that was just slightly across. I'm with Hollie here, Paul.
I walked into the studio and said to the poor guy here responsible for miking me up, going, what the hell are you listening to? And then I found out it was you.
Relax, everyone. The reviews are in. Play enjoyed by all, okay? Play enjoyed by all.